Man, what a game. This Packers defense is for real. How's it going, everyone? Bass here. Packers just beat the Tampa Bay Buccaneers in their Week 3 game in Tampa Bay, 14-12. So in this video, I want to go over my initial thoughts and reactions to this game. And of course, if you are new here and you want more Packers news, analysis, updates, and reactions such as this video, please go down, click that subscribe button, as well as leave a like on the video. All right, I was going to start with the offense like I normally do, but tonight, you cannot start with the offense. We'll get into the offense, which, has their own issues. But this defense carried this game tonight, only allowing 1 touchdown and 2 field goals to the Tampa Bay Buccaneers. Now, of course, this Buccaneers team going in without Mike Evans due to suspension, Chris Godwin and Julio Jones both out with injuries. But the Packers were banged up on offense too, right? This isn't an excuse and shouldn't be a reason why, I don't trust the Packers defense. They still played lights out and did everything in their power to stop the Tampa Bay Buccaneers from scoring, which they did, and basically winning this game for the Green Bay Packers. As we saw on that 2-point conversion, Buccaneers, if they tie that there, who knows what happens? It's overtime. And we all know in overtime, the Packers don't fare too well. So the Packers won that game through their defense. The 2-point conversion attempt to Russell Gage, corner route, Devondre Campbell deflecting that ball down, obviously showing that he is an all-pro inside linebacker. Great play by him. And overall, these inside linebackers, his whole defense just as a whole played so great tonight. Now, although if you just look at the box score, Tom Brady, 31 of 42, 271 yards, a touchdown, a 98.4 quarterback rating, you'd say, okay, he didn't have that bad of a game, but they only scored 1 touchdown, so it doesn't mean much there. The Packers forced 2 fumbles in situations that were huge, one before half, where if the Buccaneers go up there, the momentum definitely switches tenfold. And then in the second half, where again, if the Buccaneers scored, which it looked like they were about to, momentum switches. So overall, the defense played really well. And my concern going into this game was definitely to stop Leonard Fournette. And the Packers did a great job at that. Leonard Fournette only carried the ball 12 times for 35 yards. That's a 2.9 average. The Packers haven't been great on run defense through week 1 and week 2. Dalvin Cook, David Montgomery, Khalil Herbert. They weren't great, allowing almost 5+ yards per carry. They did wonderful tonight. Basically, making the Buccaneers one-dimensional by staying up a couple scores, stopping them, and making them throw where, they're out their 3 best wide receivers. Obviously, that's where you want to push their offense to throw because, they only had Scotty Miller, Cole Beasley, Russell Gage, who did have a nice game, Brashad Perriman. But I was really impressed with this run defense tonight. Dean Lowry, I thought, had a nice game. Jerron Reed, Kenny Clark. Basically, the entire front 7, I thought, had a really, really nice game. As we said, Devondre Campbell basically winning the game. He looked a lot better. Through the last 2 weeks, he's had some missed tackles, some blown coverages, a little bit of a worry there. But tonight, he looked really, really good. And then, of course, Quay Walker, again, just continuing to impress, forcing that fumble, flying around the field. They started to bring some A-gap pressures with Quay and Devondre, which they haven't done all year. So I'm really hyped to finally see that. I've been wanting to see that, but this whole front 7 as a whole just played so well. Kenny Clark with 2 sacks, Rashawn Gary with 1. I said in my pregame that they should attack Luke Goedeke, and that's exactly what happened. They attacked left guard Luke Goedeke. He's a rookie. He's not that great, at least in this year so far through the 2 games before this. And that was their point of attack, and that's exactly what they did. Kenny Clark with the 2 sacks, Rashawn Gary with the 1. They did a great job pressuring Tom Brady. I said that was kind of like what they had to do because the Patriots are a very, quick flow offense, quick passes, quick timing routes, dishes out to the flat, which that last drive definitely looked a little shaky, but it is bend but don't break for the Packers defense here, and they did not break, and they won this game only allowing 12 points. All right, so now moving on to the offense, and I wish we could just talk about the first half and just that would be it, but that's definitely not the case. The Packers looked great in the first half of football. Their offense was not being stopped. Quick throws, methodical offense, basically, attacking every weak point of that Tampa Bay defense. And then the second half happened. After that Aaron Jones fumble on the 1-yard line, it seemed like everything changed. The run game did not work tonight. Aaron Jones, 12 carries, 36 yards, 3.0 average. A.J. Dillon, 12 carries, 32 yards, and even worse, 2.7 average. But I will say through the first half and a little bit of the second half, these receivers did impress, especially Romeo Doubs. Romeo Doubs with, a career day. His first career touchdown, 8 receptions, 73 yards, 1 touchdown. What I really loved what I saw from Romeo Doubs was when the Packers would run him on a deep dig. Multiple times he was wide open on that, whether it was an RPO or a designed deep dig. Aaron Rodgers found him. Definitely gained trust of Aaron Rodgers today. So going forward, I do expect Romeo Doubs to be a starting receiver opposite Allen Lazard. Obviously with Sammy Watkins on IR, Christian Watson with the hamstring injury, out this game. Who knows how long he'll be out. But going into this game, we were kind of, what are we going to see on offense? Randall Cobb didn't practice all week with an illness. He was active, and he looked good today in his 2 receptions for 57 yards. He looked like prime Randall Cobb, 1 on that third down, making a guy miss, getting upfield, and then also on that quick post, cutting across field, gaining a lot of yards after the catch for 40 yards total. Randall Cobb looked great. Romeo Doubs looked great. Allen Lazard played a tough game. He never really shows up on the box score as much as people give him credit for. 4 receptions, 45 yards, and a touchdown isn't bad, but he does a lot more than that. Picking guys on Romeo Doubs' touchdown, a lot of credit goes to Allen Lazard there, making the tough blocks, doing the things that, he needs to do to make this offense work. Allen Lazard's extremely underrated, but I really liked what I saw from Romeo Doubs today. Still didn't really see any of Amari Rodgers on this offense, which, if he can't get snaps in this scenario, I don't know really what to expect going forward. We also saw a little bit more of Robert Tonyan, 6 receptions, 37 yards. Still really hasn't fully got going. A lot of his catches were in the flat, check downs, wasn't anything really vertical, seams, or anything of that sort. He did make a really nice play on third down to, catch a drag after Aaron Rodgers had to climb the pocket, throw a quick pass to him, and he got the first down. But in general, I do want more from Robert Tonyan. We saw Tyler Davis on the field a couple times. He had a couple catches for 26 yards, but I want to see more Robert Tonyan vertically as a move vertical tight end. We just haven't gotten that yet. And then one more thing I want to touch up on this offense, which I think was definitely missing tonight, was motions. So it seemed like the offense was very stagnant, and they kind of just ran their play based off of what they lined up in. There was very little motion. And I think against the Tampa Bay Buccaneers, you have to run motion almost every play to keep them guessing. And I know you're without Christian Watson, your motion guy, your reverse guy, but Romeo Doubs can do that too. Amari Rodgers can do that, even if you put him on the field just as a motion guy, a Tyler Ervin per se type of role. You need to be motioning, and I know they ran the pony package a lot. A.J. Dillon, Aaron Jones in the backfield had those guys motioning, orbit motion, whatever it may be, motioning out wide. But the pony package didn't look great tonight. Didn't really like what I saw from that. I think they ran that a little bit too much. I think if you're going to run against the Buccaneers, it's got to be directly up the middle under the center. Running outside against the Buccaneers just doesn't work against Levante David and Devin White. So I didn't like them running that a lot. And in general, I think the offense needed to be more diverse in terms of motioning and moving guys around, making the defense guess. And then as for the special teams, I thought they played really great. Rudy Ford, Keyshawn Nixon, who played great on defense as well, filling in for Jair Alexander when he got hurt with that groin injury and was ruled out. Keyshawn Nixon had a great game tonight on defense and special teams. Like I said, Rudy Ford on special teams. Pat O'Donnell, again, punting really, really well. Didn't have much of a return game. Obviously, a couple penalties on special teams, but overall, no big mistakes, which, again, that's all we can ask for right now as Packers fans. But yeah, overall, super hyped for this defense. I know a lot of people are going to say, oh, well, it's the third string Tampa Bay defense. Hey, they still held them to 12 points. They held Tom Brady to 1 touchdown, 2 field goals. Winning this game on the last play on defense is impressive no matter what against Tom Brady. And I really like this defense going forward. I talked all offseason saying I think they can be a top 3 unit, and I still believe that. They have the talent. They have the depth. Hopefully the injury to Jair Alexander is nothing serious, and it doesn't keep him out a long period of time because, we're going to need him, obviously. The Packers do have a lot of depth at corner, but you want Jair Alexander on the field, of course. But going forward, I do really like this defense. I got the Patriots next week, where who knows if Mac Jones is even going to play, but they really, really impressed me tonight. Got a lot to fix on offense. That stagnant second half offense, there's a lot to talk about. I could probably sit on here for 30 minutes and talk about the issues, throughout the play clock running down, wasted timeouts. Like we have that every week. That needs to be fixed. I just cannot stand that anymore. Overall, there just needs to be more on offense. There needs to be more going on, and you can't be so one-dimensional. And that's exactly what the Packers were in the second half on offense. But that about does it for my post-game instant reactions. Hope you guys enjoyed this video. If you did, please leave a like down below and also leave your comments down below on your reaction. But that about does it for this one. Catch you all in the next one. Thanks for watching, and as always, go Pack Go.